welcome back to the third quarter of the Bobby003 Show, and my sidekick, Andrew Guitros.
Good morning.
We have spoken in recent years and over the years, I guess, about a person who has worked hard to keep the health movement, the good health movement, the healthy health movement going in Lafayette, and I'm talking about Mr. Red Laurel. He has one of the largest health clubs in the United States of America. I heard that in an interview last night. He was honored as the recipient of the 2013 Civic Cup Award, and that's one person is named to this honor annually. And this was started back, I want to say, in the 30s.
Oh, really?
Something tells me 1933. I'm not sure exactly where I got this, but
You must have been young back then.
Yeah, I was. Red Laurel's Health and Racket Club for 50 years.
Wow.
And he
still can bodybuild with the best of them.
Yeah, that's right. He attempts to, of course, hire as many, and he's proud of the fact, students attending UL. And over the years, he's had several thousand of them, because it takes a lot of people to run the business the way he operates it. Personal services at your fingertips at all times. Right. Certainly, we proud to say that went to college at the same time as Red did. Yep. He finished. I wish I'd have underlined the Hyman developer, Mr. Maurice Hyman, began this in 1933.
Wow, that's a long haul.
Founded by a young men's business club and first awarded to oil center developer, Mr. Maurice Hickman. 1933, Mr. Hyman. So, Red, we're very proud of you, and I know that won't change him. He was at work early this morning, just like he was at work yesterday, and like hopefully he'll be at work tomorrow.
There you go. I want to thank some folks. This past weekend, for my birthday, I snuck out of town and I went to Grand Coteau to Our Lady of the Oaks Retreat House. And if any of you ever interested in going to a retreat, you want to give us a holler. We've got a men's group that goes every spring, that last weekend of February, first weekend of March. But I got to go just quietly, not being a captain, just kind of en cachette. And I want to thank the captain, Al Celestine, that heads up a group in North Lafayette, Upper Lafayette right there. Judge Jules Edwards was there. Mayor Dudley Straps, of course, originally from Opelousas, was there. I asked about you while we had the time to talk. Horatio Handy, Father Nere was the guy that helped run the whole thing, and of course Miss Marie Williams and the whole group in the kitchen. Fantastic. If you ever want to go to a nice Jesuit silent retreat in the springtime, give me a call, 351-0732.
During the recent J.S. Clark High School reunion, which was held last weekend, they had a beautiful weather. I understand it was a huge success. During this time, the Tatum group of young men gave a check for $1,000 to the J.S. Clark High School Scholarship Fund, and presenting this in memory of their father, who was Mr. Isaac Tatum, and I knew Coach we call him Coach Tatum, of course, over at J.S. Clark. He was the coach that coached Rod Milburn and earned
Olympic gold medal.
Olympic gold medal. And our city is still named periodically during the remembrance of the Olympics when they show it. And in this picture here was
Isaac Jr. and Reg.
Isaac Jr. and then Reg is on the right, and in the middle, the national president of J.S. Clark Alumni Association is Mr. Hubert White, who was from Opelousas and now lives out of town. And we, of course, like to see things like this, because scholarships are worth so much to a kid. Not only the amount of money they get, but they get an award.
Well, Reggie talked to me and you about the fact, growing up with educators, that even though he's not an educator himself, how much he still wants to give back because of what he learned from his parents. I mean, it's just a very strong
Opelousas Catholic might not be, I think the article says, might not be known as a rodeo school, but they have two young ladies there. One of them, Cassie Bellard, and the other, Mia Manzaranis.
Yeah,
That's kind of hard.
I can't hardly say that one either.
But they are
Thibodeau or Boudreaux.
they're very, very active in the rodeoing, High School Rodeo Association in our area. And I met Maya and her mama one day while I was having my oil changed.
And both young girls are what, national champions and state champions, and I mean
they really have gone. Look at the winnings. Look at these beautiful.
And then you get your saddle all nice and engraved with what your title is and what year you won. And
national champion all around.
And you know what you got to do when you win the national
Louisiana High
championship,
School.
right? You know what you got to do once you win it? You got to go back the next year and win it again. That's what they want.
And then you have to end up going to school at McNeese.
That's the Cowboy school.
Because that's the Cowboy school. And don't be surprised if one or both of these young girls are not headed in that direction.
I got to hit some more sponsors here. How about Quarters Casino right here north of Opelousas? Go try your luck. And the machines there at Quarters Casino and Travel Plaza get you good Chevron fuel, your Subway sandwiches. They got the pizzas there, the Stuckey's candy as well. El Pico de Gallo, authentic Mexican cantina with the flan. Good desserts that they have over there. And good margaritas. Me and Steve are both nodding our heads. It's good eating when you go by El Pico de Gallo. And don't forget about all the good Chevron fuels they've got. And we've got Targill. If you're looking for some seasoning, if you're a restaurant, if you're a grocery store, if you're a caterer, if you're just a homebody, just like to do a little bit of cooking yourself, maybe you want to go into business for yourself selling seasoning, Targill will help package it, put all the artwork together, all the canisters, the whole 9 yards. If you want to use it just for little small promotional projects that maybe your small business wants to do, all the way up to if you want to be a national power in the seasoning business. They can help you at Targill with kitchen supplies, cutlery, and butcher supplies as well. And one more sponsor, Steamboat Warehouse. You know, we're talking about the Breakfast with Santa coming up, and our leader will lead us on Monday during our meeting. Remember, guys, I talked to Mitch already, and the rest of you will get the calls later today. We're meeting on Monday about getting all our stuff together for the breakfast. But chef owner Jason
right around the
Huguet
corner
over at Steamboat Warehouse, of course, helps head up all of our chefs. You know, he got nominated because he's the youngest when we figure he'll last the longest. Great seafood there, great steaks, great atmosphere, the wine selection, the adult libations, the cold drinks, the sitting out on the wharf, just the people are always in a good mood. And chef owner Jason is always really trying to push the limits, try something new, but pushing Louisiana products. So go by.
There's a young man in Baton Rouge that got murdered. Apparently he was extremely well known. He was 38 years old, and his name is
Shelby Holmes? That was it? No.
Yeah, must be, huh?
Yeah, Shelby Holmes. That was
Shelby Holmes, right here. And he, of course, was murdered, and apparently he had left directions to donate his organs to science and to someone else. And as it turned out, it happened to be a person that was very friendly to him,
really?
Doug Kosman. And Doug and Pam Kosman are seen at the Spanish Town Mardi Gras Ball in February. And of course, when Shelby Holmes was murdered, they immediately harvested the kidney, and the kidney was planted in this man and a friend. Helped a friend.
That don't happen too often.
Yeah, where they know him.
The same place.
So the mama is Dorothy Chisel, who is the mother of the organ donor, Shelby Holmes, says that, well, she feels her son is still living on, and he's helped others. And that's what apparently he was known. I don't think he had been married or anything. He was very active in the community in all areas of sports.
Huey Bork Memorial Scholarship still coming up. You got till November 24th to file. It's a $500 scholarship. You've got to be a college student with 30 to 90 credit hours. For more info, call Ken Thibodeau, 942 2736.
Another person who died recently was Miss Lillian Skirnish, and I kept looking at that, and then I said, let me read a little further down, and sure enough, her husband was Thomas Skirnish. We call him Tom, and Tom was well known around the group at the Palace Cafe, and he was in a business we're not going to talk about, but not morally wrong, just another type of business. Well, you know, it wasn't prostitution or anything.
Right.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
Leave it alone.
And I knew two of her sons, I knew one, Clark Farnsworth, and his wife Myra, and of course they lived here in Opelousas, and I'm not sure how I knew Clark, but I knew Clark. So Clark, if you get this message, give me a call and remind me how I knew you all, and I had met your mother, and of course with your dad.
Good, clean fun.
Yeah, that's correct. That is correct.
The Bobby Dupree Show. It's always fun, isn't it?
The front page, yeah, you never know what's going to come up. The front page of the Daily Advertiser yesterday.
Oh, Papa Caro.
Was a copy of an advertisement of Papa Caro, and of course that's back in my days. That was kind of towards the ending of his time when I was coming along. The Forest Club, boy, that's well known, and it's an archive for the people. And there's a lady here dealing cards at a bourrée table,
right,
and 3 men can be seen, so there's 4 people. So I said, you know, if anybody would know any one of these people,
right,
it would probably be Don Stemmons. So I called Don. He says, I saw the picture. I don't know the lady. He says, I don't think that was in Karen Crow. I believe the guy with that you can recognize with the blue jean jacket and the glasses next to the lady, right, is Mr. Eleanor Pitt, and that was his first wife's grandfather, Janet's grandfather, and he meaning Don kind of believes it was probably either in Scott or Cankton where this picture was taken, because that's where Janet's grandfather played cards most of the time. And he lived, Mr. Eleanor Pitt lived to almost 100 years old. So it's quite interesting, and of course they're archiving a lot of music and pictures. There's 12,000 hours of digitized Louisiana music and video. So today, Wednesday, is a big day at Dupree Library in Lafayette.
It's named after you because of the time you spent
the brothers. The brothers Dupree. The brothers Dupree. And I tell that to people, and I walk away, and they believe me. I'm not trying to hurt them. I just want them to go look at it. If they think they'll go in there to see if it's really.
But you went in there at least once while you were in school, huh? You had to go. No, not too much.
It was built, but I.
Come on now, you didn't go to the library in school?
No,
the class was enough, huh?
Well, I learned all I needed to get out of it.
Well, you're a sharp man, like you don't have to do all that reading. You just soak that up.
It wasn't that. I found college was kind of easy back in those days. It looked like they work them today.
They work them harder.
They work them harder. Those computers, let me tell you something. It helps, but it also can create a lot of extra work.
Well,
I know you want to take a break.
I want to take a break. And when I went to school, them computers, they were a headache for sure. We're going to take a 1-minute break, folks. We're going to see you on the other side of one.